Yes. Good morning and God bless you. You're welcome to Beloved Ones. My name is Alex. I'm happy to be here again, like every time I'm back. So, first of all, before I go straight to what I want to talk about today, I want to say thank you to all of you, those that have been sharing my videos, watching my videos, liking, commenting, and those of you that have also subscribed recently. And from the beginning, thank you very much for at least giving me a listening ear. I don't know, I'm not also listening to new things like that. I like to read and watch stuff, but sometimes if I don't know you, I'm like, okay, why should I? But thank you. So, yeah, today I want to talk about domestic violence in marriage and cheating in marriage. Now, like every one of you, I'm sure you know that the rate of divorce in this generation is as high as the price of anything out there that is expensive. It's very high. The rate is very high. The rate is very high, and the rate of morals among children and teenagers have dropped like crypto. They are so low, and it's not because the kids actually have a problem. For me, I think it's because the parent and family are not playing the role of family anymore. So a lot of things have been happening this past few weeks and months. Husbands suing their wives suing their husband killing their wife, and wife killing husband. A lot of things have been going on. And I'm trying to address this because at one point, the whole reason why we have a high level of divorce, it's boiled down to cheating, extramarital affairs, and anger. You can divide any of these problems in every family in two places. It's anger or cheating. A man a man can love his wife these days and still beat her mercilessly. And a woman can love their husband mercilessly and still cheat on them. Now, why is that so? Why is it that a man will love his wife so much and still beat her so much? And a woman will love her husband so much and still cheat on her husband so much, or vice versa. A man can do both, a woman can do both, or a woman can do the other and the man will do the other. Why? I was thinking about it, and I thought to myself, or said to myself, that it's because it's a problem. It is a problem. It's like a person that is sick. It's like a person that goes to the gym, but they still are not losing weight. Not because they are not working hard enough, it's because probably they have hormone problems. Or some people that are working so hard and they don't have money. It's not because they are lazy, it's because they're just not earning enough. So it's a problem. This is exactly the same problem we're having in our marriages. A man who beat his wife, last time I heard, a Nigerian gospel artist, was beaten to death. She actually was beaten to coma, and then she died at the hospital. She was beaten by her husband that she loved or respected. She was married to, they had kids together. And the woman, we know about celebrities that cheated on their husband, and they're not even like, there is no much remorse about it. We talk about celebrities because their lives are out there on the social media, but what about you? What about me? What about the ones that nobody sees but God? What about that? What about that? I'm making this video because I feel that we should stop taking things for granted. We should stop taking anger for granted. We should stop taking our lustful desires for granted. I read somewhere that there's a language that anger and madness has this, means the same. They have the same word. It means that the person who is mad can be equal to an angry person, or a person who is angry can be said to be a mad person. So I want to make a little bit of analysis here, just like we do in court. When you go to court, a judge is there to sit and listen to the defendant's lawyer and the plaintiff's lawyer, and both are debating why you should be jailed or why you should be let go. And the judge is there, listening, and she will make her own decision based on the Constitution, but she has her own discretion to make based on what she thinks is the degree of your offense. Some judges will let you go, give you fine, or give you probation just because they feel that it's not a pattern, it's not in you, and you're a first-time offender. And sometimes they will give you a very tough sentence because they have decided, or they've checked it and see that what you did was not unconscious, it was premeditated. But in marriage, before you get married or while you're about to get married, you go to court. Some go to church, like most, even those that are not believers, many go to church. You swear in front of your wife's family, friends, even enemies, and you swear in front of God, and you swear in front of the priest, and in front of yourself and to your wife, that you will be faithful to her, that your body will be her body and her body will be your body. And then the day you cheat on that person that you just made that vow to, you have betrayed everyone else that was there. You have betrayed God. You have broken your promise to God. You have breached the contract that you had with your wife. You have defiled your vows. You've done everything wrong. And there is no mistake in cheating. Everyone that has cheated on their spouse actually thought about it before they carry out that action. Everyone. I will not accept. In fact, if there is proof to me, I'm not talking about where you go hang out with a friend and they drug you. No, that's kidnap and rape. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about you seeing a girl anywhere, talk to her, chat with her, even though she seduced you. You followed her to wherever it is, and you lay with her. You must have thought about your wife seeing you, or finding out, or the person exposing you. You must have thought about everything, all the consequences. If your wife finds out, or your husband finds out, what happens? You must have thought about it before even committing the action. You must have thought about it. It's a case of actors' views and men's rea. You must have thought about it. It's not something that just happened. It's not like unconscious. It's not unintentional. It's very much intentional. That's why it's called cheating, because you hide it from your spouse. Hiding it alone makes it uh shows that it's intended. But on the other hand, you have a man that beats his wife. Some will say that their wife were nagging or make them lose their mind and they beat their wife. There is no justification for that. You have a problem, young man. And these days, not just men that actually beat up their wives. I read somewhere, I think it was an athlete or a boxer also, she beat her husband to death. Yeah. So it happens. But the difference is that you can hit your partner unconsciously. You can actually hit your partner out of anger. Like I said, anger can be classified in some language as madness, and a mad person does not have regret or shame or remorse for their actions until they gains their sanity. So a person that is angry won't feel anything until they've acted out of anger and then come back to sanity. And it's even worse for me. I can say that cheating is worse than domestic violence. I'm weighing it. I'm not saying that there is one is better than the other, but just like in court, the judge also does that. Two people commit a crime and she weighs it based on intentions and on the ones that are unintentional. So I'm trying to weigh it. For me, I always want to do something and be sure and be conscious. I hate to do something and then have to regret. I'm a person that I don't really like to say I'm sorry. So I'm always trying to be careful before I do something so that I don't end up saying that I'm sorry. It's not like I'm a Mr. Perfect, but that's just how I started living my life when I started learning myself. I don't try to get offended by people because I hardly forgive. So the best way for me not to even have to deal with forgiveness is for me to not get offended. But I have seen people that love their wife so much and they hit their wife and they pass. I've seen a woman hit her husband out of anger. It can happen. That one you can say it happened in a split second because it's most times not conscious. I rarely have seen or heard of a spouse, a man or a woman, coming back from work thinking of how they are going to beat up their wife today and destroy his or her face, to prove that they are the main person in the family. I don't know if there are people like that. People like that should actually be in jail, but I don't know. But the funny thing is that we ignore these things. A man will cheat on his wife 1,000,000 times, and even when the wife finds out, the wife can't do much. The worst she can do is divorce him. Nobody gets punished for that. Nobody gets punished for that. Nobody goes to jail. The worst is divorce. I am yet to hear that a man was jailed for cheating on his wife. But men go to jail for beating their wife, and women go to jail for beating their husband. But what about cheating? Most marriages have been destroyed because of cheating. In fact, it starts from there. It actually starts from there. I think a person, I can forgive my wife if she hit me out of anger. Even if it's very severe, I can forgive her because I can manage. My mind can manage to process that she did it out of anger. Maybe I pushed her beyond limit. But I can't process if my wife would cheat on me. I can't process it. I don't know if it's something I can forgive. And it's actually one thing that the Bible allows us to divorce our partner for. So, what I'm trying to say is that married men and married women can sometimes forgive anger issues, but they probably will never. They might let go, but it's there in their mind when you cheat on them. And then every other thing that you do after that will trigger that anger from the first crime or offense that you've committed against them. So most times it's not just about one thing that causes marriage breakup or divorce. It's about piled up issues, piled up angers that have been suppressed because they want to continue in the marriage for the sake of wife, family, religion, tradition, and so on. But the truth is that you have a problem. You have a problem. You cannot love your wife so much and beat her. You cannot love your husband so much and slap him. You cannot love your wife so much and cheat on him. You cannot love your husband so much and cheat on him. On her, on him, yeah. So there is a problem. And what's the problem? The problem is it's either you have anger issue or you have a sexual let's go. You have a lust problem. And you can deal with it. It's solvable. It's solvable. You can see a doctor, you can see a psychologist, you can see a therapist. They can help you. And if you're listening to me right now, I guess, and I believe that you're not in jail, that means you'll have a second chance if you have the same problem. You can ask God, who is the greatest physician of all, to help you. Beg Him that you're tired and you're a slave to anger or you're a slave to sexual lust and that you need help to protect your wife, to protect your husband, to keep your marriage. You can ask Him and He will help you. I've heard of people that he took the addiction. It's an addiction also. He took it away from them in a split second. He can do it. And you can see a doctor. Don't say because you're a religious person you don't go to. God has given gifts to these doctors and therapists and psychologists to help you. It is a gift from God. They studied it and they do it well. See them. Go to rehab. Get help. And save your marriage. Save the new generation. Save the new generation. There's too many broken homes. Even some homes are broken while intact. Some homes are broken while intact, while the husband and the wife are living in the same roof, but the homes are broken. And kids are like security cameras. They keep recording what's playing, what's going on. And then the day you want to open and view what's in the camera, it plays what it has recorded. This is what our kids are doing. They actually are replaying what they see their parents do. And then we blame them that, oh, this child is like, well, the child didn't fall from the sky. Somebody had custody of that child and allowed that child to grow up in that way. Maybe you didn't do it intentionally, but the child was seeing it. They feel it also. Even when you pretend to your wife, your child can feel love. Children can feel love in the house, and they can feel hate in the house. So please get help for the sake of your life and for the sake of your own health and for the sake of your children, for the sake of our generation. If we keep living like this, everyone is divorcing. I don't know what generation is going to come after this. So please get help. Ask God for help. Go seek a doctor. Talk to somebody. I'm sure somebody else probably must have survived whatever you think you're going through now. So talk to people. Don't be shy. And I hope that as you hear this, you do the right thing and God will help you. Thank you very much. And God bless you.